So students, we saw that Joseph actually now stitched a cap, a brimmed cap with that torn piece of cloth, which is worn out piece of cloth, and then again he would wore it every day. When his girls were 13 years old, there was a famine in the land. Famine means, a student, drought. The जो भूखमरी हो जाता है किसी भी जगह पे, that's what it's in English it's known as famine. So actually in the place where they were living, and when the Joseph's daughter was actually 13 years old, then there was a famine in their land, and all the crops were poor, and even the rich could not buy new clothes. The tailor's family had very little to eat, and Joseph's family had also very little to eat at that time. And they mostly have potatoes and cabbage or a carrot from Anna's garden to eat, but never anything sweet at all. And one day what happened, one day they went into the forest at the edge of the town to collect firewood. In those days, to gather the material for burning and cooking the food, they used to collect firewood through which they used to cook. And all of a sudden Anna began shouting, "Berries, come see all the berries." The family stuffed their faces with berries, but there were still more. "If only we had something to carry them in, I would make a pie," Anna said. So actually, when they were collecting the firewood in the jungle, Anna actually noticed berries. A plant of berries she would have seen, and by seeing that, all of their family members, Anna and both of her girls and Joseph himself started to gather collect berries, and they just stuff their faces with berries. It means they just eat as many as they can, but they were also thinking if they would have something to carry those things to their home, they would have carried that, because at home Anna was thinking that she would have make a pie with berries. Pie is actually a baked fruit dish actually, students. So she thought that if they would have something to carry the berries to the house, she would have carried it, and she would have cooked pie from those berries. So actually, hearing this, Joseph would decide to carry all the berries, as many as he could, in his cap. By taking his cap off his head, he would try to stuff as many berries as possible into his favorite cap, which was made of his favorite clothes actually.